Hello, all you beautiful people. Thanks for joining me today. This is Rise and Shine, and I am Megan Benanti. So thanks for joining me. Today's question is, what do I need to do to get out of this depressive cycle? And I know we all go through periods of depression, and I thought this might be helpful for some of you out there that needed to listen in. And please know that I have set my prayers and intentions ahead of time for you. So we're going to choose 3 charms. You choose one, and then those questions will apply to you. All right, so our 3 charms today, we have a dragon, we have a rooster, so the big boisterous cock, if that applies to you, and we have a girl's t-shirt with a V-neck and double hearts. So, and it's very fitted, so a woman's t-shirt. So you're either going to choose dragon, rooster, or t-shirt. And then the reading for the corresponding charm will apply to you. All right, so I'm going to read for the dragon first. And I've actually got 5 questions today that we'll be looking at. I post them below in the description, so if you want to kind of look those up to see what we're going to be going over, that might be helpful for you. I can put them back on the screen if you guys want them, just let me know. All right, dragon people, so bam, let me scoot this back a little bit because I have got tight space. Okay, and all right, so let's take a look at your depression, dragon people. First off, the core of your depression is about forgiveness. And you've got to either find that for yourself or for someone else. This is big for you. You're holding on to the pain and the baggage here. And, you know, I know some things feel truly unforgivable, and that's okay. You know, you will find later in life that there are different levels of forgiveness. You know, sometimes we forgive 80%. Other days we only forgive 30%. It's okay to fluctuate. If you had a situation of abuse, everyone I know that has confronted their abuser in one way, shape, or form has made huge leaps and bounds. It creates so much closure there for yourself to be able to let go. Whether you ever find that person okay again or not, but it's so good for you, and that's a really important thing that I want you to consider here. So you've got to find forgiveness, and your dragon has wings, so this is flying above the situation. And if it's forgiveness of yourself, that's okay too. I do feel like you've been carrying this around for ages, and it is dark and hard, and sometimes it feels like it's gonna swallow you up, and you've got to let this go. So whatever your forgiveness looks like, I want you to start working in that direction. Now the first step to helping yourself on this journey is, this is our Hierophant card, the guide. And I want you to consider that this is a spiritual journey for you. It is also going to be seeking some counsel. Because we bring in, you know, outside influences that can be helpful and nurture us in this. I do think that you need some kind of structured support system here. And I want you to figure out what that needs to look like. That can also be a spiritual awakening or a religious alignment for you as well. Don't feel that it has to be that, you know, it has to be completely woo-woo. You know, if you want to connect with a church, this is also, of course, part of that, or synagogue, or mosque, or whatever your faith pattern is. And there's also, you know, it's a very interesting image because we have the woman and we have the inner child here. So, you know, finding that alignment and pairing with that for you, you know, listening to the sense of your inner child. For some of you, it might be also making some confidence and building some relationship with your mom in a way that is supportive. and can help you in this. Now, I also wanted to ask, what's your best outside influence as far as helping you through this? And, you know, it's interesting. I've got 8 of Cups, and this is really kind of like, it's taking the journey a little bit on your own, but it's doing something you've never done before. And I know that just scares the bejeebies out of you, but this is taking a risk. It's like, it's just having faith that whatever is on the other side of the mountain is going to be so much better than where you are now. And so do something you've never done before. You know, when I had that Hierophant card, I was like, God, I feel like therapists, counselors, support system, anything like that is going to be good for you. And especially if you've never done it, or try someone new. You know, don't be afraid to kind of look into a new direction there. Also, there might be a transformation of space, like really thinking about leaving a situation. So, you know, if it's leaving a partner or someone that you live with, that might actually be the best thing for you. Now, if you're 16, I know that like leaving home might not be feasible yet. But also sometimes, you know that part of what we can do is endure. And if it's just for a temporary amount of time, just like, I know it's just 2 more years and I can get through this until I'm 18. But think about it and think about how you can move forward into something that you've never done before. Now, what is going to be your trigger on this that you need to avoid to stay on your wellness path? And honestly, it's a relationship of some kind for you. Whether this is a friendship, your partner, a parent, it's someone that you know and trust and love, but they are your trigger. So you honestly, this is to move forward towards a happy life. You're going to have to leave this person, and you're going to have to stop forgiving them and putting up with the abuse here, because you have to be able to forgive yourself. Sorry, get a little tongue-tied. You need to be able to forgive yourself. And then what do you need to continue to do to move forward towards lifelong fulfillment for yourself? And that is, golly, you really are going to have to leave this person and avoid this person for forever. I do feel like this person is, you know, best case would be that this person is really overbearing and really difficult and narcissistic towards you. Worst case, this person might actually be kind of sadistic in the way they treat you. And that puts you into that role of being the masochist and taking it over and over again. And, you know, everybody's like, well, no, I'm not in an S&M relationship. But you don't have to be. You know, when we get into a sadistic or masochistic relationship, it's pretty subtle. And we do that, and it is not a pretty thing. But, you know, I want you to be conscientious of where you're at in this. This is really keeping you from being happy. And if happy is what you want, then it's time to move away from this person in your life and to draw that boundary there. All right, so dragon people, I know that was tough and hard to hear. I do hope that it helped you to make a few steps forward and that you can seek further counsel on your journey towards your wellness path. All right, now let's take a look at our rooster people and we'll see what we have for you guys. So the rooster, proud creature, definitely masculine. Whereas our dragon and then we have a female t-shirt, so that's feminine. But you know, rooster is proud, beautiful, lovely feathers. You know, they sort of get taken for granted because, you know, we eat chickens, we don't eat roosters, so they get tossed to the side a lot. Okay, so rooster people. All right, so the core issue of your depression. You know, part of this for you is growing up a little bit, and that you don't have all the skills you need yet on your journey to feel like you're capable in this area. And this could be another person that's affecting you. I've got Knight of Wands here, but I also want you to consider this can be yourself, and that you're burning your candle at both ends, and that you're kind of like, you're a little bit out of control. You're not being self-disciplined enough. And so you get where you're kind of like spinning, and it's fun, but then it's not. And it's like, you get burnt. So, you know, this is going to be changing some of your behaviors and having to grow up a little bit, which I know isn't as fun, but hey, it's what we do in life. Now, what is the first step to help yourself here? And interesting, you've got a female, we've got Queen of Cups in reverse, and so you've got a female that you kind of need to draw some boundaries with or stay away from. She is emotionally, she's overbearing, but she is draining. And I feel like sometimes this person really sucks the life out of you. And know that even though she's a queen, it doesn't mean that she's not a male figure, but, you know, I do see her as female here. This can also be, you know, a mom, a partner, a friend, but the health of this relationship is definitely one that you have to build some boundaries around. Now, if this is you, then you need to get out of your own way. Emotionally, you're letting everything take control of you, and you're making all your decisions based on that, and that's not helping you. I know we have to honor our feelings, but sometimes we get stuck in that rut. And so, you know, it's going to take a little bit of self-discipline, and that might be go for a walk, set your alarm to get up in the morning, and give yourself a commitment to help get you out of that funk. So, like, okay, I've got to go to the grocery store, or I'm going to go to the mall and walk around and just look at it, or take a walk in nature. Look at something that's going to help you break up that day. If you're having a hard time functioning and you're getting into that downward spiral of feeling bad, maybe it's stepping out of your zone a little bit. Now, what is your best outside influence to help you on this? Whoa, freaky. Okay, I just looked at this. So I got the same card in the same place as the last one, as I did for the dragon, 8 of Cups. So, again, you will have to do something you haven't done before. This is new territory for you. Honestly, I'm feeling like you need to start exploring not just new ways of doing things, but I want you going places. Whether it's going to going on a vacation, taking walks in different areas. I do feel like, I know you feel lonely, but I'm also having a bit of a sense that there might be part of your friend group that you're not feeling, that really maybe isn't supportive in the way that you need them to be. I'm not saying they're bad friends, but they might not get where you're at, and maybe you're not really talking with them about it. But I feel like this is a time that you need to focus on maybe taking some alone time and really looking for some new people or interests in your life. And again, yeah, travel for you could actually be helpful, something restorative along that path. And I also want you to consider this idea of moving towards the light. So maybe that's doing a shamanic journey. If that's your jam, maybe it's getting some Reiki work, but you know, doing something where you're perceiving your energy in a really different, new and exciting way. Because I feel like this could be really helpful. Like you need a light to gravitate to, and focus on. Okay, now, What trigger do you need to avoid? Okay, clearly you need to stop thinking about suicide. You know, there's this part of you, I think, that just thinks it's just never going to get any better. I just want to die. My life is not worth it. And you know what? Everybody goes through these feelings. You are not alone in feeling suicidal at times. Now, is it more common now? Yeah, probably. Just because people talk about it more. It was probably always there. But this is really honoring that you get down in this slump and you tend to, there might be some self-mutilation here for you. If you're a cutter, if you pick on yourself, if you're over tweezing yourself, because remember, like things like tweezing, pinching, picking at your skin, picking at your pimples, all of that is picking on you. And so, and I've got the, you know, the Scorpion in this because Scorpio rules death. You have got to start behaving differently and not allowing yourself to go down that rabbit hole. So things that might be triggers for you, if the mirror is a trigger, if it's a time at night that you get in front of the mirror, if there's a particular time of day that is a trigger, then I want you to fill that time of day with something different. Maybe you bake something. Maybe you go outside, go roller skating. If it's nighttime, maybe it's calling a friend or a parent or somebody that you trust or feel you can talk to. But I want you to do something different here so that you don't get into that vicious kind of suicide, life isn't worth it cycle. And I know that's really unpleasant to hear, but you know, we have to be really realistic here. And I know that these thoughts cross your mind sometimes. All right, now what do you need to continue to do so that you can move towards lifelong wellness? And, you know, one of the things, oh, this is interesting. So I've got Two of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel like you're getting overwhelmed a lot. And so, you know, this is going to be drawing a boundary about how much you take on. And I know that sounds terrible, but you know, one of the things I realized, like when I was young, we didn't talk about anxiety in the 90s or the 80s. And, but I realized my threshold for stress was actually lower than what everybody else's seemed to be. I got stressed out really easy, and I knew that, which I guess nowadays would be called anxiety. So I worked less. I did what I needed to do to survive and to be happy. I wanted to go rollerblading in the middle of the day. That was important to me. I wanted to get my gym in. I wanted to be creative and artistic. So and don't get me wrong, I did a lot of crazy stuff, but I also set some boundaries on what I could manage in my work environment because I knew that I got stressed out. It just stressed me. So I want you to think about what can you let go of in your life to be less stressed. Because for you to be happy, you're going to have to learn to maybe do a little less or to manage differently. So if your job absolutely is too much for you, look at a different job. You know, we're coming out of COVID. You can do that now. And think about something that you might enjoy. And it doesn't have to be for forever, but maybe this is a time for you to reprogram you and figure out how you can manage things differently. So all my Rooster people, I do hope that helped you on your journey here. Please let me know if you've got any comments about that or anything that might be helpful for you in the future. So this is really about you kind of growing up, drawing some boundaries around the feminine energy that you have here, and moving forward into a new direction, as well as not really not going down that rabbit hole of negative self-talk. So I hope that helps you guys out. Let's take a look at our t-shirt people. So we have a little booby shirt with little hearts, and every girl loves her fitted t-shirt. So anything that flatters those curves, right? Okay. So, sorry, always takes a minute to shuffle. Okay, t-shirt. Okay, so you are holding on to things, and part of your depressive cycle is what you're holding on to. And it's interesting. This is my card of kind of the hoarder. It's Four of Pentacles. And, you know, you might have your priorities kind of, if you're always worried about money and you feel like you don't have enough, there is, and not just money, but if you feel like you don't have enough in life, there is a tendency to want more of everything. More clothes, more safety, more security. And that's a tough cycle. And actually security is a big thing for you. And you've got a lot about that. And you actually have 3 Pentacles out of 5 cards. So there's a lot about needing things to validate you. And do you need things, or do you really need validation emotionally, intellectually? How can you seek that type of validation without it being about stuff? Because stuff is never going to fulfill us. And this is also really calling to you on a soul level that stop looking outside of yourself. This is coming from, this is internal. Your soul is complete. It's your ego that can't be fulfilled. But the ego's always going to be that way. So we have to learn to navigate and balance out our egos a little bit, because your soul is whole. Okay, so the first step for you on your journey is quit comparing yourself to other people. And you've got 9 of Pentacles, and there's this whole thing of, oh my God, I haven't made it yet. Well, that's okay. You don't always, really, you're probably going to be in your 40s before you feel like you've kind of made it. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how successful you are. There's something about making it that is a mental concept that comes with maturity. And you more really feel like that when you're older. And I want you to consider that, and even if you're in your 40s or your 50s or your 60s, if you're struggling with the finances in your life, then you need to change what your expectation of security is. I just feel like you're not feeling stable. Some of you might also be having an issue with your weight here. And definitely there's some anxiety around being patient. And I want you to start trying to navigate some of that and not let those be what hold you back. Okay, now the best outside influence to help you on this. Oh, well, this is interesting. We have Page of Cups. So it's learning new things. It's embracing something that makes you excited. And, it's being a child, taking that on, and emotionally being open to something. Maybe it's about falling in love. Maybe it's about being creative. Maybe it's about learning a new skill. And, so you can take on a self-help book, a spiritual book, anything that might help you on your journey. I just feel like you need to embrace this with the ability to learn like a child would. One of the things I see for you with the 9 of Pentacles is, feeling like you've made it as far as like, I'm a grown-up, I'm not going to learn anything new. Yes, you are. So you definitely are ready to learn something new, and that's what you got to gravitate towards. So get out of your own, let your ego get out of the way here. Because I feel like you can totally just soak up something and be really excited about it. Okay, now what is the trigger that you've got to avoid to stay on your wellness journey? Wow, Eight of Cups. Once again, this showed up 3 times, all 3 readings. How crazy is that? This time in a different location. And it's interesting, it's upside down too. So for you, you need to get out of this place and not go back to this place. Your trigger is returning to this same spot of I need more, I'm insecure, I want more, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough things, I don't look pretty enough, I haven't accumulated enough followers. Whatever it is, you've got to stop coming back here. That's your trigger zone. And you know, just keep taking a step in a new direction every day. For some of you, that might be like getting off of Instagram completely if that's the issue. Because you need to not compare yourself and get into this like tailspin that you do. All right, now, as long as you want to move forward on your wellness journey and you want to continue to be happy and healthy, you've got Ace of Pentacles, so you've got a strong new beginning here. And this is, to me, it really connects with that Page of Cups and starting a new path for yourself. And instead of being about, I haven't made it yet, it's about, what am I doing today? What is my new direction? What am I going to be taking a step forward in? And so I feel like you're embracing something. This can definitely tap in again to books, a podcast, something on YouTube that helps to elevate you. But I really feel like you're learning something new that is going to help you to become a better person and open up so many more opportunities to help you grow and just not be depressed anymore. So I hope that helps you guys. That was actually pretty exciting and uplifting for you. So I know you've been in a little bit of a rut, but I also am saying, like, this is some heavy duty ego stuff and your soul is so good. You just need some skills right now. And so I feel like as long as you're working towards that and you start tapping into some of this, you're going to be good to go. So I hope that helped everyone today. Thank you for listening in. And please subscribe and give me a like below if you enjoyed this. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care for now. Bye-bye.